sharing another document. Can you see it?
Yes, madam.
I told no, when you are preparing your proposal development, you should know your population and sample clearly based on your topic. අපිට topic එක clear නැත්නම් ඔයා කරන purpose එක ඔක්කොම clear නැත්නම් we cannot define your population. ඒ කියන්නේ නොකු national topic එකක් කිව්වට වැඩක් නැහැ. select කරන් ඉන්න ලංකාවේ ඉන්න ඔක්කොම you should decide. That's your population. If you plan to select very simple population, that one also population. Population is very when on anyway, your boundaries, your targeting, you should identify clearly. That's why proposal in for sample again, which sample, what is the sample, which sample method you are selecting. That's why we are starting this part now. I think all of you have clear idea about sample and population, but anyway, as a reminder, I am showing some information. Now you can see stuck. Now I'm moving some side. Can you see it? Or same side? Okay, now you can see there's a picture, visual picture. There are two terms, population and sample. අපි statistically කතා කරා and standard deviation, mean, mu, x bar, everything we discuss. But in here, practically we plan to use this type of things. Population means always not a people. ඔයා production වල qualities බලනවා නම් selected that whole products are your population. If you plan to select some sample out of that means subset of your population. Population එකෙන් තමයි sample එක තෝරගන්නේ. එහෙම නැතුව population එක define කරලා එකකින් පිටින් ගන්න we cannot do. Because end of that research sometimes always we cannot focus population. We are selecting sample. We are selecting sample and we are doing some study. We are analyzing. End of that research, we are giving some findings. The findings and recommendation. We are given to all the team. අපි තෝරගන්න ටීම් එකට විතර දෙක අදාළ ඔක්කොටම අදාළද? all එකකින් තමයි අපි හරිම sample එක තෝරගන්න ඕනේ. හරියට deep analysis කරන්න ඕනේ. reason end of that day, end of that research අපේ finalize or findings recommendation affected to all. දැන් අර චමාලි කිව්වා වගේ චමාලි ලංකාවෙම කරන විදිහට අරගෙන බිබිලින් විතරක් තොරතුරු හොයලා ඔයා දෙන ෆයින්ඩ්ස් ලංකාවටම ජෙනරලයිස් කරන්න ගියොත් ඉන්කම් එක කොහොමද এডুকেෂන් එකට බලපාන කියලා වැරදි. මොකද බිබිලි සිටුේෂන් එක නෙමෙයි කොළඹ සිටුේෂන්. කොළඹ සිටුේෂන් එක නෙමෙයි මයියංගනේ. Like way we have some differences. That's why when you are selecting really you should define your population. So population එක decide වෙන්නේ ඔයාගේ topic එකෙන් ඔයාගේ boundary purpose based on that. You know that blue people, blue, white, blue and that black, all our population. That blue people, you know, there are 6 people. That people are selected. Selected කියන්නේ මේ ඉන්නේ black අයගෙන් තමයි මේ ටික තෝරන් තියෙන්නේ. හරි? ඒත් මේගොල්ලෝ specific නෑ. If you want to do any research, you should identify population first. After that, out of population, we are selecting sample. Some symbols are there, you know, but in future, we can do, you can use this type of symbols and others. But in here, please, the 2 terms, try to identify clearly. Other one, you can see. I told always not people, no, sometimes product, sometimes some liquid or anything. Some event, some projects like we can take. Population means whole thing. Sample means out of sample means subset of population. Again, population එකෙන්ම තමයි ගන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නැතුව අපි population එක ලොකු වෙන කොහේ හරි කියලා sample එක ඔයාට ඕන විදිහට ගන්න බෑ. හරියටම මේ define population එක represent වෙන විදිහට තමයි අපි sample එක selecting. That individual mean as a one case, one person, we can take as a individual. in here. All of now we have enough definition. Now tell me, if I plan to do research in university students in Sri Lanka, then in current university students, undergraduate. University students mean undergraduate, postgraduate, likely we have different diploma, likely we have different students. If I tell, if I plan to select undergraduate students of, current undergraduate students of Sri Lanka in government university. Who are my target population? My target population එකට අයිති වෙන්නේ කවුද? Students, please answer. I told you my topic. If I plan to do a research, current undergraduate students in Sri Lanka, Sri Lanka means government universities, Then who are my target population? මගේ රිසර්ච් එකට මගේ තෝරගන්න ඉන්නේ බවුන්ඩරි මොකද්ද? කවුද මට මේක අයිති වෙන්නේ?
Current undergraduate students in government universities.
කියන්නේ government university එකේ ඉන්න සියලුම ශිෂ්‍යයෝ තමයි මගේ population එක. මම අපි හිතමුකෝ අපිට මෙතෙන්දී අපේ government universities වල පිටාය ගන්න පුළුවන්ද? Can we select? අපි ගමු සිනෙක් campus. එහෙම අපිට ගන්න පුළුවන්ද?
No.
දැන් අපිට university ඔක්කොගේම list එක අරගෙන based on that is the population. Based on that we should select sample. කියන්නේ ඔක්කොම ළමයි අරන් search කරන්න බෑනේ. Taking time, wasting money, different issues are coming. That's why we are selecting samples. අපි තුමු දැන් sample එක තෝරගන්න ඕනේ කියලා අපි තුමු ලංකාවේ campus තියෙනවා 15ක්. government universities 15ක්. එතකොට අපි sample එක තෝරගන්නකොට ගෙලින්ම අපේ UNOTech එකයි ජයවර්ධනපුරයි විතරක් ගන්නවා. Is it correct? Is it correct? Is it correct or wrong? My population is all undergraduate, current undergraduate students of government universities. Then, if I select, when we are selecting sample, but එහෙම හයන්න බෑ UNOTech එකෙන් ටිකක් ගන්නවා ජයවර්ධනපුර connection තියෙනවා ඒ දෙක විතරක් ගන්නවා. Is it correct?
No, madam.
Yeah, wrong. Totally wrong. එතකොට අපි campus 15 නියෝජනයේ විදිහට we should select our sample. ඒ තෝරගන්නේ මොකද්ද කියලා අපි next week එකේ කතා කරනවා under sampling method. But think about if you are selecting sample out of population we are selecting beyond that population we are selecting. අපි population එකට define කරපුවාකින් විතරයි අපි sample select කරගන්නේ. අපිට සිනෙක් campus ඒවා අපිට ගන්න බෑ. Slit එක before item we cannot select that students. Reason is they are not our population. Right. Next one. Tell me, I think all of you have clear idea about the population and sample. When you are developing your proposal, definitely you should show මම අහන්නේ term එක නෙමෙයි. ඔයා තෝරගත්ත topic එකේ who are the your population, who are the sample. Likely you should tell. Sampling method එක now we are not discussing. Next week we are discussing. After that, when you are writing your proposal under sample, you can write down my sampling selection method is like, now you don't know. After learn you can add. Okay, now tell me, population we have, all of you know, sometimes we are selecting sample. Why we are selecting sample? Population එක දන්නවා නම් population එකෙම කරන්න පුළුවන් research ඔක්කොම අරගෙන. Why we are selecting samples? If you know your population clearly, අපි කමු same example. All current undergraduate students of government universities. Then I can select all no. අපිට ඉන්නවා 40000ක් විතර ඉන්නවා කියන්නකො. අපි total එක ගන්න පුළුවන්. name list එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. Then මම population එක ගත්තොත් is it practical? Is it easy? සමහර research වලට population එකම ගන්න වෙනවා. But always we cannot focus population. That's why we are selecting sample. Sample එක හරියටම අරගෙන 100% වෙන්න ගත්තොත් ඒක analyze කරලා දෙන උත්තර හෝ findings හෝ recommendation අදාළයි හැමෝටම. අපි හිතමුකෝ ඒ තෝරගන්න ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස් ලගේ 75%කටම economics problems තියෙනවා කියලා අපි හොයාගන්නවා. එතකොට හැම ළමයාම ස්ටඩි කරලා නෙමෙයි හොයාගන්නේ. using representative students ගන්නවා. ඒකලොන්ගෙන් තමයි අපි ඇනලයිස් කරන්නේ. ඒකල අපි කියනවා 75%කටම economics problems තියෙනවා කියලා. එතකොට යාර තෝරගත්ත sample එකේ විතර දෙක කමෙන්ට් එක අයිති වෙන්නේ for all. That's why when we are selecting sample, we should select appropriate sample. We should use correct method without bias. We should select sample. Next week then please tell me why we are selecting sample. What are the rationale behind? Hurry up. I don't know, as a discussion mode we can conduct.
It is difficult to see study about the population.
Yes, yeah, very difficult to study population. Correct. Others? We have 22 students. All of you can tell one answer correct. Others? අපි මේ population එකම තෝරගන්න නැතුව sample වලට යන්න වෙන්නේ. If your target team is very small, you can focus population. If your sample is very big, sometimes not practical, එතකොට අපි අනිවාර්යෙන් sample එකට යන්න ඕනේ. එච්චර තියෙන reasons very difficult to study population. Others? You should talk to students. නැත්නම් යස්වත් පටන් ගන්නකම ඉන්න වෙනව කරන්න. මොකද ඔයාලගේ ඉන්වොල්ව්මන්ට් නැත්තම්
population එකක් මේ බලනකොට madam transportation problems.
Yeah, if our population is very big, geography that our area is that very big geographical area, then we cannot go here and there. That's why we are selecting sample. Ekala lesi teng වල විතරක් බෑ. Based on that, we should think other thing. එයා කිව්වේ transport ප්‍රශ්නාවත් අපිට we cannot achieve all. Then others?
More cost.
Population.
Yeah, cost is very important. Then correct. Someone tried to do something. Correct. Cost is very high.
Population
Time consuming. Yeah, correct. Others? Sometimes not practical. If you are selecting population studies, sometimes not practical. That you are checking product quality. අපි තුම ice cream කියලා elephant house එකට ඕන වෙනවා. ඒගොල්ලෝගේ product quality check කරන්න. If you are selecting population, what happened? Wasting, no? හැම එකම test කරන්න ගියොත් waste. That's why they are that all are that homogeneous products are there. They are selecting some samples. Thus, then අපි තුම tire එකේ duration බලනවා, lifetime. If you are selecting all tires, big problem, no? Think about 1 minute. Okay. Wasting cost, time, analysis difficulties, everything we have. Then accuracy, everything we should think when you are selecting sample. If your sample population is very small, no need to go sample, you can do the population study. Okay, if you want to test blood test. අපි මේ අසෝදට blood test එකක් කරනවා. Doctor is doctor is doing sample test or population test?
Sample test.
What the reasons? What the reasons? We should do, that is not a practical, no? That's why the doctor is selecting sample, but දැන් ඔය අපි තුමුකෝ blood එක බලනවාට sugar, cholesterol තියෙන level එක කියනවා. ඒක ඔයාගේ අතින් ගත්තොත් අතට විතරද දාලා ඔයාගේ body එකටමද?
Body එක.
ඒ වගේ තමයි research එකෙත්. ඔයා තෝරගන්න එක සමාන නම් the homogeneous තෝරගද්දී අපි population එක study කරන්න ඕනේ first. If homogeneous සමානයි වගේ නම් සමජාතී වගේ නම් we are selecting, there are methods are there. Let's discuss next week, but think about why we are studying sample. Now you have enough rationally, you should think. Population network sample now you can understand well. Next one, that if you are doing a sample survey, our accuracy is going high, cost and time going down. Now, next one, purpose of sampling, you know, economics, time problem, that everything you should think when you are selecting sample. Now, විනාඩියක් ඉන්න. So you can see when you are selecting sample, there's a process. First, you should identify your target population. This is the theory part, but actual also you should follow these things. Okay. If you are selecting very simple and related to your life, very easy. But if you are selecting national research or industry research or other thing, definitely you should follow these things. Definitely we should identify our target population clearly. Second one, after that, population we can understand. After that, we cannot access all. After that, we should think what are the accessible population. After that, we should determine sample size. We can discuss later. After that, there are some sample techniques are there. We didn't discuss, but think about that type of procedures we should follow. After that, implement the plan, which means sample and selecting. Those things you should follow, but some terms, some parts you don't know, but here get some idea. When you are doing that process, you should follow those steps. Next one. next part දැන් ඔයාගේ පොපියුලේ ඔයාගේ රිසර්ච් එක කරනකොට ඔයාලා ඩෙෆිනිට්ලි ඒක හරියටම ෆලෝ කරලා තියෙනවා. Okay, next one that procedure of selecting sample, define population, selecting sample, those three things are very important. After that, you remember we talk sampling technique we should know. That you know, identify target team, after that access population. After that we are telling sample size. After that we discuss discuss we should know sampling technique. Now there are two type of sampling technique. You should know clearly when you are doing your research and theory. The theory will know practically how we can conduct this one. In here, now we are not discussing sampling method. Now we are discussing sampling technique. There are two techniques of sampling. First one is probability or representative sampling. Probability sampling or representative sampling, both are similar, same. Second one is non-probability sampling technique. First one, probability or representative sampling technique. Second one is non-probability sampling technique. Before we discuss population and sample, there are two terms. Why we are selecting sample? Generally we discuss, but when we are discussing technique, you are thought very deeply, when we are selecting sample, koi technique use karane, which method we are using. From today, we are studying that sampling techniques and method. First, there are two methods, two techniques, technique. Probability or representative sampling technique. Second one is non-probability sampling technique. Now, firstly, we can discuss probability sampling method. Probability sampling technique in society, researchers are using two techniques. There are two techniques. They will select based on their purpose, objectives. They are selecting probability or non-probability method based on some theory behind. Let's discuss. Okay, first one. Now tell me how many techniques we are using. Technique I am asking. How many techniques we are using?
Two techniques.
First one. First one.
Probability or representative.
Probability or representative sampling. Second one is non-probability sampling technique. Right. In here, first we can understand probability or representative sampling. Keep in mind, in this technique, in advance means when you are developing your proposal preparation, clearly we can define our target population. අපිට පැහැදිලිව අඳුර ගන්න පුළුවන් අපේ population එකට අයිති වෙන්නේ කවුද කියලා. Okay, ඒක ලියගන්න first එක. Clearly in advance we predetermine target population we can do. Second one, each of them means each of unit, maybe a people, product or objective or anything. Each of unit has same chance. Each of unit in the target population, they have same chance of being included in the sample. What the reason? Actually, හැමකෙනාම sample එකට අයිති වෙන්නේ, but all of them have same chance. What the reason? We know our population, all of them have same chance, but when you are selecting based on your sample method, තේරෙන කෙනා වෙනස් වෙනවා. නමුත් ඔයා sample එකේ ඉන්නවනේ ඔයාට හිතෙනවා මාත් select වෙන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. Reason is මම කියවනේ ඔයාගේ boundary එකෙන් තමයි තෝරගන්නේ කියලා. For example, if my population is your batch means 1920 B1 IM students. If you have 30 students, that 30 students are my target population. එතකොට ඔයාලගේ හැමෝටම යසෝද චාමලි and everyone, all of you have same chance. මම 10 දෙනෙක් තෝරගන්නවා නම් 10 දෙනා තෝරගන්න නැත්නම් ඒ 10ට ඕන කෙනෙකුට ඇතුළු වෙන්න පුළුවන් නේද? probability එකක් විතරයි තියෙන්නේ. You cannot select, but all of you have probability. Reason, in advance I know my population. Clearly I know my population. All of you have same chance. That's the main thing. If our second one is you are doing sampling studies, but end of that research we are generalizing our findings to population. That's the first main thing. Okay, second then we can come back next. But non-probability sampling techniques is little different. Other one, opposite one. What is that? In advance, we cannot define our population clearly. That's why all of unit of the population do not have same chance of being selected. The previous one, in advance, we know our population. Here, we don't know our population in advance. Previous one, all of them have same chance. Chance means probability. In here, they don't have same chance. What the reason? That's very important. What the reason? Previous one in the advance, as a researcher, that person can define population clearly, but here cannot. Previous one, target population has same chance. Here, target all units of the population do not have same chance. What the reason? Anyone? Anyone? I same chance එක නැත්තේ මොකද්ද? හැමෝටම probability එක සමාන වෙන්නේ නැත්තේ ඇයි? What the reason? Students, what a time to time I cannot call to you. You should answer. හරියන්න මොන්නේ? You can tell anything, no problem. What the reason? Now I told what are the differences? Probability technique and non-probability technique. The first one, all of them have same chance. Here we are telling they don't have same chance. What the reason? Students, please talk. මේකට answer ගන්න නැද්ද ඔයාලට? Can you hear me? Students, Yasoda, Chamali?
Yes, madam, can hear.
Why you cannot answer? Anyone? Why you cannot answer? Is it difficult? Now I'll tell differences. Previous one, all of them have same chance. Here, don't have same chance. What the reason? පොඩි උත්තරයක් කියන්න මොකක් හරි anyone? probability අපි මේ population එක කලින්ම දන්නවා නම් දන්න නිසා ඒගොල්ලෝ හැමෝටම chance එක හම්බෙන්න පුළුවන්. අපි population එක දන්නේ නැත්නම් chance එක සමාන වෙන්න බැහැ නේ. ඒගොල්ලෝ දන්නේ නැහැ අපි. Is it clear or not? එහෙම වුණත් මේ ක්ලාස් කරන්න බෑ ඔයාලා ආන්සර් කරන්නේ නැත්තම්. මොකද ඔයාලා තේරෙනවද නැද්ද අහන ප්‍රශ්නකින් මිසක් වෙන ක්‍රමයක් නැහැ නේ අපිට. Exam we are conducting end of the semester. Sorry?
Not clear, madam.
Sorry?
Not clear, madam.
That two techniques?
No, non-probability sampling.
Okay, I will tell. Keep in mind, population and sample of all of you know what are the terms, what are the behind selecting sampling, you know. Next topic is, now we are discussing sampling technique. Again, how we can select in sample using some technique. There are two techniques. First one is probability or representative. Both names are same. Probability sampling technique, representative sampling technique, both are same. Okay. Why we are telling representative or probability sampling method? Reason is in advance, when you are developing your proposal development part, when you identify your problem, clearly you can identify your target population clearly. Again, the mama give you class again. If my population easily we cannot understand no. While class again list no, that people are my target team. If I want to do research in undergraduate, current undergraduate students of government universities, then my target teams is all current undergraduate students of all state university. Clearly, I know in advance my target population. Then target population I can understand in advance. දන්න නිසා ඔක්කොම target එක අඳුරගත්තා නම් අඳුර ගන්න අය අතරින් all of them have same chance, but all of them are not selecting because we are selecting sample no, but all of them have same probability. හැමෝටම probability එක සමාන වෙනවා. මේකට හේතුව target team එක ඇතුලේ ඉන්න නිසා. But non probability is little different. We don't know our population clearly. That's why all of unit haven't same chance. Then නැති නිසා same chance එකකින් බෑ team එකේ ඇතුල් වෙලාවත් නැත්තම් they haven't same chance. I will tell example. Probability techniques all of you I think can understand. If you want to do research in O-level students in 2022 already exam had no this month. If our target population is that students in private government school, then clearly we define no students. Easily we can find that list or education ministry hari ganna pula me para vibhaga ලිපි ළමයි කවුද කියලා. Then in advance we know population, but non probability is indifferent. අපි හිතමු මෙහෙම. For example, drugs users in Colombo district. What a lacing population එක හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්ද? Drug users in Colombo city. Is it easy or difficult?
Difficult, madam.
Difficult නේ. එතකොට අපි population එක දන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට ඉන්න හැම drugs user කෙනෙක්ම මම research එකක් කරනවා අයිති වෙන්නත් පුළුවන් නොවෙන්නත් පුළුවන්. හේතුව තමයි මම දන්නේ නැහැ in advance. මම හොයාගෙන යදී තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ හම්බ වෙන්නේ. එතකොට හම්බ වුණොත් probability එකක් තියෙනවා මේ මගේ team එකට එකතු වෙන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් they don't have chance. Now is it clear? Another example. අපි හිතමු for non-probability sampling technique, non-probability sampling techniques. Alcohol users in our university students, undergraduate students. That is it clear to identify population? අඳුරගන්න අමාරුයි නේද? මට ඩිෆයින් කරගන්න පුළුවන්ද ලේසියම මේ ළමයි ටික තමයි ඉන්නේ කියලා? Yes or no? දැන් අපි හිතමුකෝ ඔයාලගේ the family breakdown. If I want to study family breakdown of UOVT students. එතකොට මට students ලා ඔක්කොම commonly මට study වලට ගන්න පුළුවන්. For the specific field, specific subject, in advance I cannot define my population clearly. Is it clear? අඳුරගන්න බැරි කෙනෙකුට probability එකක් තියෙන්න බැහැනේ. That's the reason. Is it clear or not? Definitely you won't. Any issues, please ask again. No problem. Students, අපි හිතමු මෙහෙම. in Colombo city, we can tell ඉස්කෝලේ යන්නේ නැති ළමයි. ඉස්කෝලේ යන්නේ නැති ළමයි ගැන අපිට මොකක් හරි රිසර්ච් එකක් කරන්න ඕනේ. අපිට ලේසියෙන් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්ද? යන ළමයි හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්. නොයන ළමයි is it easy? You are doing any research? අපි බලන්න යනවා යාලා ඉස්කෝලේ යන්නේ නැත්තේ what the reason behind if you want to do some research. School education ministry that we have different sources. But school in advance list students please go.
difficult.
difficult අවස්ථාවල reason එක තමයි යාලා අපි මුලින් දන්නේ නැති නිසා ඔක්කොටම chance එක ලැබෙන්නේ නැහැ. අපිට හම්බ වුණොත් තමයි sample එකට select වෙන්නේ. Is it clear? Is it clear or not? Is it clear or not? The two terms I am asking. I am not asking deep questions. I want to know there are two techniques. You should know what are the differences. Is it clear or not?
Yeah, madam.
What is it clear වෙන්න ඕන? දැන් ඔයාලගේ ඔයාලා දැන් කෙනාගේ in your mind there are some topics. ඔයා කරන සමහරගේ research වලට ලේසියෙන්ම population එක ඔයාලට අඳුර ගන්න පුළුවන්. සමහර අයට very difficult. අපි දෙමුක අපේ UOVT එකේ entrepreneur කරන අය ඉන්නවාද කියලා ඔයා රිසර්ච් එකක් කරනවා අට එකපාරම population එක හොයාගන්න අමාරුයි නේද? එතකොට ඔයා department වලින් අහලා කොහොම හරි කරන කෙනකින් අහුවොත් තව කෙනෙක් කියයි. මේ විදිහට හොයාගෙන යන්නේ. එතකොට සමහරට entrepreneur කෙනෙක් තමයි. නමුත් ඔයාගේ population එකට අහු වෙලා නැති නිසා that person have a chance. That's the reason. Research maybe the technique if you can define your population clearly, you can use probability technique. If you cannot define your population clearly, you should use non-probability technique. Technique the method we can discuss next day. Don't confuse very simple things we discuss. In the next week, I told you there are two techniques. If you are selecting probability sampling method, then in advance we know our population. We will discuss simple random four things we are discussing. There are many, but in here in your level we are discussing that basic things only. Other one, if you cannot define your population in advance, we are using some technique. Anyway, we should do research, no? Population we should do research. එතකොට ඒවට use කරන method different. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි දැන් අපිට 100ක් ඉන්නවනම් අපිට 50ක් තෝරගන්න ඕනේ 100ක් ඉන්නවද කියලා දන්නෙත් නැහැ. Anyway, our target is 50. තෝරගන්න නම් අපි එක technique use කර target එක fulfill කරගන්න ඕනේ non probability වලදී. Reason is we cannot identify our population in advance. පිටුමකෝ දැන් මොන හරි මොකක් හරි මේ specific case වල තමයි මේ very difficult to define population. One example එකක් කියන්න මට. එතකොට we can stop now. one probability okay. All of you can define, no problem. Government servant in Sri Lanka, private servant in Sri Lanka, mobitel users in Sri Lanka, all things in advance we can define. What on mobitel එකට research එක කරනකොට එයාලගේ list එක සමහරව දෙන්නේ ඕනනම් ගන්න පුළුවන්. We have some database. We have some list. In advance we can define. මට කියන්නකෝ නම් probability වලට හොයාගන්න අමාරුයි කවුද කියලා. Think. Example එකක් දීලා we can stop. ඉතින් හිතන්න. Before wind up, please tell examples. ඔයා හිතන්න මම මේක කරන්න ඉන්නවා. මට very difficult to define population එක. එතකොට මේ quota, purposive, snowball, self selection ඒවා යන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා leisurely we can talk. But as a technique, tell some examples. කවුද හොයාගන්න බැරි අය?
People of suffering depression.
Yeah, depression, yeah. Very that suffering depression in university students or in Sri Lanka or Colombo district or in Bibil area or like very difficult to define, no? Right, very correct. එතකොට ඉන්න අය අතරින් ඔයාට ડિප්‍රෙෂන් තියෙන අය තෝරගන්න ක්වාට ඕ ස්නෝබෝල් ඕ මෙතඩ් එක යූස් කරන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා next week අපි කතා කරනවා. correct අදවත් තව කවුරු එක්සැම්පල් එකක් කියන්න. then we can stop. anyone තව කෙනෙක් දෙන්නෙක් එක්සැම්පල් දෙකක් අතර කියන්න. non probability techniques වලට method we will discuss one by one. තව එක්සැම්පල් එකක් කියන්න. අපිට කෙලින්ම population එක define කරගන්න අමාරුයි. නමුත් අපි research එකක් කරන්න ඕනේ. කොහොමයි sample හොයාගන්නත් ඕනේ. anyone?
People who affected coronavirus.
කොරෝනා හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? government health කියන්නේ PHI officer වලට එහෙම ගියාම හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් නේද?
Not affected කට්ටිය හොයාගන්න මම.
not affected කියන්නේ හැදිච්ච නැති අයනේ. ඔයාලට පුළුවන් මෙහෙම හැදිලා රෙකෝඩ් වෙන්නේ නැති අය ඉන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලන් පුළුවන්. hidden. ඒක අහගෙන ගිහලා තෝරගන්න වෙන්නේ ඔයාලට නේද? හැදුනා රෙකෝඩ් වෙලා නැහැ. but ඔයාලට දැනගන්න ඕනේ ආ කොහොමද prevent උනේ. කියන්නේ ඔයාලා හරි prevent උනේ කොහොමද? ඒ වගේ. හැදිච්ච අය හොයාගන්න ලේසි නේද? මේ probability use කරන්න පුළුවන් නේ. PHI ගාවෙන් තියෙන ලිස්ට් එක health ministry එකේ. ඔයාලට පුළුවන් හැදිලා රෙකෝඩ් වෙච්ච නැති අය හොයන්න. others තව example එකක් කියන්න. please tell me.
Stray dogs in Sri Lanka.
ඒක පුළුවන් කරන්න. I think ඒගොල්ලෝගේ ටික රිසර්ච් එකක් කරන්න කියන්නේ ඉතින් අපිට data collect කරන්න බෑනේ. ඔයා observe කරලා හරි මොන හරි එහෙම තමයි කරන්න වෙන්නේ. තව අපිට children පුළුවන් නේ. street children කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලෝ street children කියන්නේ යාළුවා කොහොමද රෙකෝඩ් වෙලා නැහැ. ඔයාලට යාළුවා ගැන මොන හරි කරන්න ඕන නම් හම්බෙලා නේද හොයාගන්න වෙන්නේ. කොහෙවත් ලිස්ට් එකක් නැහැ නේ. බොරල්ල හන්දිය කොච්චර ඉන්නවද? you haven't any list. but ඔන්න ඔයාලා ඉස්සර ගිහිල්ලා හිමීට using some techniques you can talk with them. other one voice anyone? voice or silence? tell any example before stopping. ගොඩක් වල තියෙන uncommon behaviors hidden topic ඒ වගේ ඒවා කරනකොට අපි non probability තමයි use කරන්නේ. කෙලින්ම අපිට අඳුරගෙන මේ අය අතරින් ගිහලා යන්න බෑ සමහර ඒවා වලට. සමහර තව examples. voice anyone? chaturanga please tell me examples. anyone? chaturanga please tell me one. chaturanga is there no?
Yes,
tell me examples. එකක් කියන්න මොකක් හරි. ඒකට ලේසියෙන්ම define කරගන්න බැරි. නමුත් ඔයා research එකක් කරලා ඒගොල්ලෝ හොයාගන්න ඕනේ කොහොම හරි. example එකක් කියන්න. චුට්ටක් හිතලා මට දැන් කියන්න ඕනේ. අනුත්තර ඔයා attendance ගත්තද?
madam.
අනුත්තර ගත්තද? attendance ගත්තද? attendance okay හරි. මේ මට example එකක් යසෝද හරි කමන්නේ කියන්නේ යසෝදෝ අනුත්තරවෝ හරි පුළුවන් very correct. ඔයාලට කෙලින්ම ලිස්ට් එකක් නැහැ. ඔයා ඒ අයව ඇඩික්ට් වුණ එක්කෙනෙක් කරහා කොහොම හරි ඔයා කොළඹ ළමයි 100ක් අරන් කරන් ඉන්නවනේ. ඔය 100 දෙනා ගැන ඔයා ලිස්ට් කෙලින්ම හොතෝරගන්න බෑ නම් ලිස්ට් එකකින්. ඔයා ගිහලා හොයලා තමයි ඔයාගේ ටාගට් එක ෆුල්ෆිල් කරගන්න ඕනේ. correct. ඒ විදිහට තමයි non probability වල මේ sample එක select කරගන්නේ. reason in advance අපිට අඳුර ගන්න හරිම අමාරුයි population එක මොකක්ද කියලා. මේක තමයි අයිති වෙන්නේ කියලා අපිට කොටුවක දාගන්න බෑ. clear නේද ඔයාලට? මම හිතනවා clear කියලා both method. කවුරු හරි ඉස්සලා clear නැහැ කිව්ව නේද? කවුද එයා? කවුද එයා? please answer. someone told not clear. now is it okay? someone asked. some person told that non-probability is not clear. Now is it okay?
Okay.
Okay, now we can stop. Next day we can start. So that techniques, two techniques, very simple. Now you know differences. From next day we are discussing sampling method. මේ විදිහට හොයාගන්න බැරි වුණත් එක එක ටෙක්නික් දාලානේ අපිට ෆිල් කරගන්න වෙන්නේ. ඒක කරන ගම මොනවද කියලා we are discussing. Okay, please now we can stop. Thank you very much. Next week, please come with some topics.